Hi guys, it's Steven. If you want to be successful in sports or in life in general, you don't need talent. Probably you've heard something else in the past. So did I actually when I was a young tennis player. So everyone came to me and said, wow, you're pretty talented actually. You have big potential. And to be honest, this sounded great in my ears. But in the long run, or let's say years later, I realized that talent was not the ingredient number one that I would have needed to become, for example, a professional tennis player. There are some other ingredients that are much more important if you want to be successful in your sport or in life in general. And today I want to make a deep dive with you and see what's actually more important than talent. So let's get started right away. So if you want to be successful in your sport, for example, you don't have to be special. And you don't have to be super talented like maybe a Roger Federer in tennis or some other outstanding athletes. When you take a closer look at professional sports and you compare athletes with each other in their sport, and there are always some high talented athletes around, but most of them are workers. So you have the artists on the one side, the talents, and you have the workers that grind day by day and they work hard on the other side. Which doesn't mean, of course, that talented players or athletes that they don't work, but sometimes they have a completely different mindset from the worker. So why is that? It's pretty simple actually. When you grow up, for example, and you start with your sport and you at some point you realize, wow, I have some talent in what I'm doing. And then on the other hand, you see maybe your colleagues and you see you're ahead of them because you are more talented. So you have like an advantage actually in the beginning of your career. But over time, the talented player tends to be maybe, we don't have to say lazy, but talented athletes, I would say in general, most of them, they are not willing to work as hard as others do because they're used to be good in what they do. And that's the trick actually, and that's the crucial point regarding our mindset. And the worker, he knows exactly he's not as talented as some others are, but he needs to work hard. Every day he needs to be consistent. He needs willpower. He needs tenacity, and so on and so forth. And for that, you have this discrepancy between the talent and the worker. And from my experience as an athlete when I was young, as well as a mental coach, what I've been doing now for more than 10 years, I can definitely say talent is not as important as consistency. That's the main ingredients that you need if you want to be successful in the long term. So what does consistency mean then? It means that you stick to your plan day by day, that you do your repetitions day by day, and that you do your training. So diligence comes with consistency, motivation comes with consistency. Always bear in mind there are no shortcuts to success. It needs consistency day by day, and this is a process, nothing else. Another crucial point that you need if you want to be successful in the long run is willpower and tenacity. And this is something actually you can also work on, you can improve and strengthen by sticking to the plan. So if you are consistent, then you show you have willpower and you have tenacity. So you don't stop your training because it has started to rain or because you maybe feel a little bit tired. No, you do your reps and you do your training 100% till the end, and then you go home, but not before. It's also that you go through this pain that we sometimes have as an athlete. So pain and exhaustion. You feel tired maybe, but you know, no, I need to do my training till the end, get my reps done and get my training finished. And that makes the difference then also in the long run. So if you show willpower and tenacity and you strengthen this muscle, so the more often you defeat, let's say, your inner demon, the more willpower you will be able to build and the more tenacity you will have. And this is something you will benefit from, especially in difficult situations, in training, in competitions, in life. So when you're close to being defeated, or when you're feeling the pain of exhaustion and everything, that's where it's about willpower. That's where it's about tenacity. And that's where the best athletes, the superstars, that's where they have the biggest strength. So they have the willpower, they have the tenacity till the end, and they will never give up. And they just they just want to win. So tell yourself when you're facing a difficult situation, I'll be fighting till the end, I won't give up, and I'll do my very best. And that's all you can do. But tell yourself, especially in difficult situations, and see what happens. Another point that is more important than talent from my point of view is focus. The superstars, let's say, they try to focus only on their sport from morning till night. So they try to avoid all distractions. They try to have good people around them, positive people with a positive mindset. They take care of themselves when it's about nutrition, when it's about sleep, when it's about recovery. They try to avoid wasting time on social media, and they try to avoid spending time with people that might even take energy from them. So try to stay focused as much as you can. For that, I would suggest or recommend create a weekly plan. Every week, at the end of the week, on Sundays, for example, for the forthcoming week, write your weekly plan, write everything down that you want to get done, that you need to get done, what's on your training schedule and the competition that you have maybe in the next weekend. So write everything down, and that's going to help you a lot to stay focused. And create some awareness also on for things that might cost you energy and that takes energy from you. So as I said already, make sure that you get enough sleep, that you have a good nutrition plan, and that you avoid spending time or wasting time on things that don't really help you. If you want to know more about how you can avoid losing your focus, especially when it comes to social media, have a look at this video up here. Something else, and that's one of the most crucial points, definitely, if we want to be successful in sport, in life, it doesn't matter where it is confidence. And confidence is something we can build. We can build this up. But how do we do this? Simply actually by being consistent. So the more consistent you are, the more you will be building up your confidence, because you know you've done your reps, you've done your training, you've been diligent, you've proven that you have a huge amount of willpower and tenacity. And all this together will have a great impact and influence on your level of confidence. So by being consistent and building up your willpower, you will also automatically build up your confidence. So when you take as an example one of the greatest swimmers of all times, Michael Phelps, in his biography, he emphasizes that he's been visualizing, for example, big races at the Olympic Games or World Championships dozens and hundreds and thousands of times simply by visualizing. So by the time he was actually facing the race, he was full of confidence because he knew exactly what to do, because he knew he has done all this already hundreds and thousands of times mentally. And that's what I recommend to you. Work also with visualization. Do this on a daily basis. Imagine yourself being under pressure also in difficult situations, in big races or big games, competitions. And then by the time you face this in reality, you'll be super confident, because you know exactly, hey, I've done this already so many times, so what should happen actually? Another crucial point from my point of view, which is maybe even more important than talent as well, is patience, and something most of us probably are lacking in nowadays. We need patience if we want to create success also, because success doesn't come overnight. We have to bear this in mind, and this is something we need to build. We build success over days, weeks, months and years, and there are no shortcuts. So always have the awareness you are working towards your let's say your vision, your big goal maybe, but on the other hand, you know exactly it won't come overnight. So this is a process, and you need to work on this process day in and day out. And that's how success actually comes, or where success comes from. It comes from being diligent day in and day out. Patience is especially important when we might have some dips in our level. So we don't see the progress that we would like to see, or we have the feeling everything takes much too long, or we see other maybe competitors some kind of overtaking us, maybe in the rankings or in the team, and that's normal, and that's part of the game, that's part of the process, and that's why it's so important that we stay patient and that we stick to the plan and be focused, be diligent, be consistent, and that's it actually. To be patient helps us also to overcome frustration, to overcome difficult situations and disappointments, such as an injury maybe. Maybe we are injured and we can't compete for a couple of weeks or months, and we need to work on our recovery. And that's, of course, that are difficult situations, but that's something where we can also train and practice or improve our level of patience. And always bear in mind, as I said, it's all a process. So don't worry, just stick to the plan and stay consistent. So what's your opinion actually on consistency and mindset versus talent? Do you think talent is the most important ingredient when it comes to success in sport? Or is it maybe something else? Share it with me in the comments below. I'd be very interested. And in case you like the content, hit the like buttons, subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you in one of my next video. Thanks for watching and see you soon. Bye.